What's up, guys? Archeage Unchained is bringing Fresh Start once again to the servers. There's going to be one North America and one EU server. It is happening with the Garden of the God patch on June 11th, 6.5. This is the fastest Fresh Start that they've ever done. It's only been approximately 8 months since the beginning of Archeage Unchained. But to me, this is a welcome change. This is bringing me back to the game. I'm going to play Archeage Unchained once again. You wonder why are you still playing this game? Well, I enjoy the beginning. I enjoy the rush. I enjoy fresh start servers. A lot of people are like that. A lot of people like being on an even, balanced playing field. And on the off chance that XL Games, Game Ago, get the content correct, you could have a pretty fun game for a while. The problems are still there. It's run by Game Ago, XL Games. They don't know how to create a fun, enjoyable game. They're just a grind fest. They've fixed some things, but it's still most likely going to turn to shit in 6 months or less. That's almost a given. But when you really look at it, you're paying for a fresh start server and you get 3 months of really good enjoyment, fun out of it. It's totally worth it in my opinion. So let's look at some of the changes, what's going on with the server, why you might be interested in starting fresh again on Archeage. All right, so this is the Fresh Start FAQ. They've given us a decent amount of information about the Fresh Start and the changes. I'm going to go over real quick what the big ones are. So the big one is 1 character per account. You also have to buy to play on the Fresh Start server. So it's going to cost you a minimum $30 to play on the Fresh Start server. Or if you've never played Archeage Unchained, it's going to cost you $56 minimum to play. That's a huge change. They've also changed up the Arc Pass. They've also locked the library, so there's no more free farming gold in the library. They've also changed the larder system. They've also changed the Haram daily quests. Those are no longer in the game, and they've turned them into weeklies. There is still one zone, I believe, that has Haram daily quests, but almost every other zone is a weekly quest now, which is a huge change and will save you a lot of time and effort. The weeklies also give better loot than the daily quests do. If you did all 7 days, you actually still would have gotten more loot out of just doing the weekly ones. So overall, that system has been fixed and corrected. So you're going to be spending less time doing mind-numbing daily quests, and you'll actually be able to do activities that you enjoy. Fishing is still arguably the best thing to do on the beginning of a fresh start server for gold, which means the ocean will be alive with PvP content, and it is a just ganker's paradise out there. Fishing raids will be a thing. Fishing is great. They give out the free fishing boats still for doing achievements. Fishing is, moneymaker. That's how you make your money. People love that about Archeage and Archeage Unchained. It's probably one of the best things that was in the game. Overall, this is the best version of Archeage Unchained that they could really give us without doing a massive systems overhaul. I still personally would like the trade system to be changed, but they haven't changed that in Korea. So that's still an issue where the trade system is not really worth it. Larder Fix helps that a little bit, but the daily charcoal quest that you get for your family is just too overpowered, and it prevents other charcoal quests from being relevant. There are still a horrible developer, and there probably will be bugs and issues with things. The only plus side is that there is no massive new content in this to abuse. There's the Garden of the Gods, which is content for in-game players. This is for players that have Haram Tier 4 and higher gear. This stuff will be about 5-6 months away for most players on the Fresh Start server, and there's really nothing that it looks to be abusable in there. You might be able to do kill trading with alts and things like that, but even so, the rewards only get you materials for the tier 4 and up Haram gear. Nothing to, boast about. If you don't have the tier 4 Haram gear, it doesn't really benefit you at all. So overall, this patch seems to be a great start for a new server, and it might actually be the best fresh start that they've ever done. They're learned about the landlock. Landlock will happen. They might change some things with the Arc Pass because in the current Arc Pass, there's a little bit of gold available. There's also some high-end materials, like you can get a costume and you can get a speedboat in the current Arc Pass. Those speedboat is temporary. The costume is permanent. Those two things are very, very rare and valuable. Could potentially be losing those. We don't know if anything on those. The DGS is going to be available, which this is going to force players to really rush boats so they can try and kill them. This also would force players to really rush trying to become a pirate so they can get free gold for defending and for keeping the DGS alive. It's a very interesting system. We'll see how this works out. The castle system is still kind of not really a great system. Overall, all the other systems are really untouched. They are changing classes and balancing things. You get more skill points now, which means more fun because you can have customization better there. They've done some good things. It's just no one has faith in XL Games to develop a game and have fun content. So if you enjoyed Archeage before, you might enjoy Archeage Unchained again. They fixed a lot of things, but it will never be the perfect MMORPG. There definitely is rumors that Archeage 2 is in the works, but again, that's still being developed by XL Games, which is probably the worst game developer there is. They don't realize how to make games fun and enjoyable and exciting. They definitely need to get their act together, but we've been saying that for 6-7 years now, and it's not going to happen. So it's just on the players to enjoy what they have given you. And Archeage Unchained Fresh Start 6.5 will definitely be fun for at least 3 months, give or take. Anyway, I will see you guys in game. I'm going to jump into the Fresh Start servers because I've got nothing better to do during quarantine.